today we're going to show you how we're going to plant our peas. We've tilled the garden just like we did with the onions. We're going to put down some compost and get that raked in, and then till it again to make sure we get all the compost clumps broken up. The ground temperature is 45 degrees, so it's a perfect time to get your peas in. We're going to do an 8-foot row of peas and an 8-foot row of kohlrabi. So we're going to get this going for you. So Nate is just spreading out the compost into the row that we have tilled for the peas and the kohlrabi. And once he gets all of that spread out, he'll grab the rake and try to break up all the really big clumps of compost. And then he'll get the tiller out and till all that in. Alright, so Nate is getting all that compost tilled in. Get everything broken up. And then I'll come back and we'll show you how to rake that in and then smooth it out. Alright, so Nate's just running a rake over what he just tilled in with the compost. And then when that's done, he'll smooth it out and we'll show you how we put together our pea trellis. Alright, so Nate is going to put this twine around these two posts that we set 8 feet apart. We just use thin metal posts, and they have these little...
Just a fence post, a T-post.
Cleats.
Yep. So we run the string, it's just butcher's twine. The first row, the first piece of twine goes between the posts. Come over here, Nick. About 2 cleats out of the ground. And you wrap it and pull it tight and go up 3 cleats and make sure it's pulled tight, and then you go back. And you're just creating a string trellis for the tendrils on the peas. When they come up, they will reach, they'll reach up and they'll wrap around this string and they'll pull themselves up, and those peas will grow up and they'll be about 2 feet tall. And this structure just supports that. It's a really easy way to do it. So we'll go up 3 more cleats. Go around, and it's tight. And go up 3 cleats, and go around, and it's tight. You just keep it pulled tight. And you just build a really easy pea trellis. So we'll get this finished up, this string, and then Nikki will show you how to plant the peas.
Okay, so we're going to start planting the peas and kohlrabi, but I've noticed this guy kind of creeping around in the background the last couple videos. So I wanted to introduce our 90-pound baby chocolate lab, Grizzly. And he likes it out here just as much as we do, so he's a big help in the garden. But I'm going to show you how to plant these peas.
Can we show him those peas?
So these are called Little Marvel.
Grizzly, they don't want your help.
And there's quite a few peas in a package.
These are bigger seeds. They're a lot easier to handle.
Yeah.
And these are more of the ones we got from that Seeds Now online. So good place to order.
And then after the peas, we're gonna plant these tiny little kohlrabi seeds. So
Tell people what that is for people that don't know. It's like half turnip, half potato.
Yeah.
Eat it raw. It's delicious.
It's delicious with some salt right out of the garden.
Same with the peas. I mean, we don't plant a lot of peas because we don't can them and we don't really preserve with them. But we eat the heck out of them right out of the garden. We use them fresh in some recipes too, but it's delicious.
All right, so we're gonna get these in the ground.
Here's the finished trellis too. Nikki can model for you. Come on, Vanna White.
So there's, we went 7 strings up, and that should be plenty. But once they start going, they really move. So I'm gonna start putting these in. I'm gonna do 1 inch away from this bottom string, and then you plant, is it like every 4 inches?
Yeah.
So you just kind of want to push them in.
These go like 1.5 inches, 2 inches deep. And she'll plant them on both sides of the string, so you're planting a double row. You'll have a row of peas on each side of the trellis. It'll grow up and latch on. It'll just be a big conglomeration of pea plants when it comes out.
So we'll get the rest of these in, and then we'll show you how to plant the kohlrabi seeds.
Okay, Nikki got those peas planted. We're gonna get this kohlrabi in the ground. This goes in like the radishes did a couple weeks ago or 10 days ago. These kohlrabi seeds are so tiny that they just kind of get spread across the surface and then skim coated with some soil and then watered in. You want to space them a couple inches apart, but really what she's going to do is sprinkle them in, and then we'll thin them out when they come up. But to get these planted, good trick if you didn't see the last video is take a 2x4, take the corner,
And just press that corner into the ground and make a furrow. Just kind of a target to hit. And when that's in, I don't know how well it's going to show up on video. I'll take the camera. Nikki can take those seeds and sprinkle them right down through there.
And this is just like planting the radish seeds, so
Do your best.
do your best.
If I were planting these, all those seeds would go in the first 6 inches. We've grown kohlrabi, I think, every year since we've had a garden. And some years we get some, and some years we don't. It's kind of a vexing plant for us. But when it does grow, it's very good to eat.
Alright, that's it.
Yep. So that's all there is to it. It's a short row. If we get 3 or 4 out of that, I'll give you that. We'll be really happy. Now that that's in, take that 2x4, take the flat edge, and just press it in. And final step, I'm taking that back. It's a professional video. Nikki's gonna take her watering can and water this all in good. Temperatures are forecast to be really warm the next week or so. It's been pretty cold. This is April 1st. It's been pretty cool the past couple days, but we should see some stuff popping while she's doing that. These onions we planted a couple weeks ago are really starting to green up on top, so those are rooting down and taken. We don't have any radishes up yet. Garlic looks really good. We side dressed this with a little bit of nitrogen. It's popping up really good, so everything in the garden looks pretty darn good.
after this, what's next, Nick? Potatoes?
Potatoes, yep.
Yeah, so 45 degrees for peas. Potatoes are probably 55 degrees. So we got probably 2 weeks before we get serious about that, but we'll go over that. We'll chit some potatoes. That's actually a term. Nikki laughs every time I say it. And we'll get those in next, but everything looks good. You got anything to add?
I don't think so.
No? All right. Till next time.